back fit and like probably played some of my best rugby for what at the time was like a wider squad of English, Scottish and Welsh players. There was like probably, I think it was a squad of about 30, split into 2 squads, and we went to team competitions around Europe. On a few occasions played against each other, which was pretty cool. Like you've got both teams going head to head.
It must be a bit weird though, thinking like you're competing for one jersey.
Yeah, it was quite daunting, but like it's some of the best rugby I've ever been involved in, because everyone is obviously they're in that squad for a reason. Like there's some of the best players in that position within Great Britain, and everyone's pushing for Olympic spot. So the competitiveness and the performance levels was just through the roof. So when we played against each other, it was pretty cutthroat. Like people didn't hold back, especially like obviously it's you against that man, and you want that shirt, and he wants that shirt also. So who's going to win the battle? But yeah, fortunate. It was like a when it came to actual selection, it was like a list, and your time and your name, and they had like 10-minute gaps, so you didn't cross over with anyone. And fortunately, I was pretty early on the list, so I was like just nervous, like sweaty palms walking in. I was like, God. I wasn't confident, but I was very happy with how I performed, and I was like, I guess whatever the outcome of this is, like I feel like I've done whatever I can to put myself in the best position possible. So I was proud of that. But yeah, I walked in, and Simon and Babs, the Welsh, who was assistant head coach to Simon, I guess they were pretty just like, as soon as I sat down, it was kind of pretty quick. It's like you guys sat opposite me now. They were like, I can't remember what they said, but it's like, said something about like how impressed they'd been, and then like you're going to the Olympics, like you're part of the 12. You want to be part of the 12.
How did you react?
Did
you try and play it cool?
I think I don't know. I was just so overwhelmed. Like I think I just immediately a massive smile came across my face, and you almost have to double take. Be like, can you say that again? Like, am I sure I heard you right? Because obviously you're just like in a bit of a whirlwind, but. Yeah, it was mental. And they said they were part of the 12, right? Because we were taking 2 travelling reserves as well, so it was like actually a 14-man squad. But I was part of the actual 12 that were going to take the field, and I was just like, and obviously so many emotions started to come back about like the relationship with me and my dad, and the promise I'd made to myself and him, and all the hard work before that with injuries, him dying, like me and my mum, my sister, and all those sort of associations I'd made with the whole journey. And so I rang my mum straight away, and she was in the post office, and I remember her like kind of, I don't know what she did, but it sounded like she passed out or screamed or like dropped to the deck or something. But she was just like so proud of me, and obviously wanted to remind me how proud my dad would have been of me as well. And yeah, I just remember kind of, it was just a total roller coaster. It was like full spectrum. I was like overwhelmed. I was also like so devastated that I couldn't speak to him and tell him. So I was upset, I was happy, I was...
Relief.
Yeah, relief, exactly, all of the above. But yeah, and that was when it was Sevens was making its debut at the Olympics.
It was the whole world's eyes were on Sevens.
Yeah, and like before that it was the World Series, now it's the Olympic Games, and like you say, the whole world was ready to witness it, and I was like, this is kind of cool.
What was the build up to the Olympics like? Like for me, even little things like getting the stash just must be crazy.
Mate, that was one of the best days of my life, because we went up to Birmingham. We knew we were going to go for the kissing out, and you hear about the stories, and Adidas were doing it, and I think that year they'd done a collaboration with Stella McCartney. So you're like, in fact, this gear is going to be pretty sharp. And we got up there, and it was just us, and it was like a massive warehouse, and there was like a shoe section, which was like going into like JD Sports, like trainers, just a wall of trainers, and you could pick like your size in 3 or 4 different styles. And then there was like bespoke suits over here. Then there was just like random bits, like you could go and get like your name engraved on a golden spoon from Kellogg's. You're all given like airport
Why would you ever need that?
Exactly.
I'd be taking everything.
I was taking everything. I was like, I'll
kid
have
in a
it.
candy shop, I'll have that please,
So there was all sorts, and it was like Kia were there as like a car sponsor, which we didn't get a car, but like that was a crazy day. So that's when obviously the media storm starts to blow up as well. Like we got verified on Twitter and Instagram, like those sorts of things. The famous blue tick and those sort of things. You're like, wow, this is real, and like you kid in the candy store. Because you can tell, like, I can't even sort of speak just about it now as well.
I remember that like sort of week on Instagram. There's that picture where it's like from the top and
Yeah.
you've got all your kit laid out.
Yeah.
I remember seeing so many of them, thinking that's just so sick.
I think I just wouldn't take the stash off. I'd just go to sleep in it all.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. It was just so unique, like nothing I'd felt before. And there was photos all around the warehouse of like the Team GB poster boys, and Tom Mitchell, our Sevens captain, was one of them. So we'd obviously taken the mick out of him, like being on the posters. But there was like Dino Asher Smith, like the Brownlee brothers, all those sorts of things. You're like, wow, I'm actually part of this team, like, and the caliber of people involved. You're like, wow, this is sick.
Yeah, that's the thing about Team GB is like, you're not just part of a rugby team, you're literally part of like, your Chris Hoys, like your Mo Farahs, like all those kind
like
of people
proper,
that have all been before you.
Yeah, legends of British sport. We're part of that that team, and it is like a family. And I remember we went to like the kind of official Rugby Sevens announcement. We went to like the embassy in London, and you meet like the head of Team GB, and you get sent like a confirmation letter with the stamp at the top. It's all those sorts of things. It's like, wow, you're part of like a family essentially, and like a long history of athletes. So yeah, it was crazy times.